What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on? How y'all doing, man? Welcome to another live edition of SWAC Smoke post game edition, man. This is a nice day out here, man. It's a celebratory day. We got the whole crew in the house, man. Of course, we got the big soldier over here firing up the devil's gun, and we got Mr. Rattler Mania over in the house, man. It's been a rough day for him, but we gonna put it down and represent,
I
man.
got
How
his
y'all
phone.
gentlemen doing today?
I got his phone. This the bag. I got his phone.
Oh, we got the bag in the house. Okay, all right. Well, hopefully the bag can give us some insight on some things. But how y'all doing, man? What's going on out there? I know I'm doing great. I hope everybody else is doing good out there.
Yeah, it's lovely in Tigerland. We went in the hornet's nest and came back with the honey. We went in the honeybee nest and came back with the honey, which is a SWAC East championship. So we're
Hey,
looking
that's what I'm
forward to
talking about, man. Hey,
hosting the Jaguars December the 7th.
December 7th, man. Boombox Part 2, man. We gonna be a lot more ready than we were the last time we came out there. And we finally played a solid game, man. Shout out to my boy Desmond out there, man. Had a chance to chop it up with him at the game. And it's always great to run into people that you talk to online for a long time. You finally get to see them in reality, man. So shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. It's I'm gonna turn it over to the bag, man. I'm gonna see if the bag got anything to say because it's been a rough day out there in Bragg, man. I was celebrating like I was with Valley, man. When I saw that score, what's going on?
Not a good day at all going on right now. I would say on the highest of seven hills, parking lot talk. Is not happy with the play of the team. Uh, this game was worse than last week ball game. Undisciplined, unforced errors, penalties, blocking the backs, false starts, unnecessary roughness, fumbles, all kinds of miscues led to the result of today's ball game.
I mean, like, you, I'm at a loss for words, honestly, man. I couldn't believe every time I looked at the score, Valley was still winning, man. I just knew at some point they were gonna get it up, but
Yeah. Every time FAMU would get down close to scoring the ball, either they'd fumble or they'd get a penalty that'll back them up out of the range, or they'll drop the pass to make the catch. It just wasn't a very good day. That's the best way to describe it.
well, I say this, man. The season totally went off the rails for y'all this last 2 weeks, man. So I
Well, it
hope
ain't
y'all
over.
buckle up, and I hope y'all ready for everything that's coming at y'all this week, because people gonna be relentless. So y'all kind of earned this one, but
Well,
where does this team go from here, man? How you think they're gonna respond to this?
after what I saw today, I don't think they were going to respond very good. Your coach got to get control of the team, on the locker room, and all that kind of stuff. From the way it looked, just looked like it just didn't. The whole day didn't feel right, and they got to do some soul searching. Got to get some better play calling on the offensive side. Defense, everybody got the blueprint on what to do. You know what I'm saying? Pound the ball up the middle and throw the ball deep. That's been the plan pretty much since JSU was happening, and everybody been following that same game plan. And FAMU has not been able to get it fixed on the defensive side of the ball. And then offensively, they just haven't been in sync. And if fans are calling for, we asking for certain players we used to seeing make plays, and then the player might get in the game and make a play, and then he don't get back in the game. It's just the substitutions and all that kind of stuff just seem off key. We had timeouts called that questionable times and moments in the ball game, and no up tempo offense like we used to have. No offense and no up tempo. Everything is slow. So, but hey, let's talk about the teams that won. You know, y'all gonna have all the rest of the week, and y'all talk about us all the time anyway. So you know,
Well,
this
I mean,
ain't nothing.
we gotta get it. We gotta let everybody get it out now. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna it ain't go. This ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry, man. This ain't going nowhere for a long time. But you know, we gonna get to everybody else. But you know, I wanted to just I really legitimately wanted to get some light on this game because you know I only saw like the very beginning of the game. Then we ended up we went to our game and I couldn't really watch it because every time I tried to pull up my HBCU Go, I couldn't get it. So I'm just trying to feel out what really happened. But shout out to my Valley people out there, man. Y'all know I've been hard on y'all. I ain't even gonna, I'm gonna keep it 100. I've been hard on Valley, man, but it's all in love because Valley is a family school for me. So it's all in love. But man, I gotta salute y'all for staying in there, man, and I gotta salute Coach Wade, man, for keeping his guys ready. And because they could have packed it in a long time ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you never expect this to be the team to come up and make that happen. You know what I'm saying? So it was like every time I saw the score, bro, I just kept waiting for that comeback to happen. Just like last week, bro. I kept waiting for the shooter drop and things to change, but Valley held on, man. They did something that we couldn't do in 3 trips in recent years, and that's win and brag. So I salute Valley for getting it done, man. But Big Soldier, you got anything you want to say on this game?
Y'all need some help putting out that fire down there, man.
Oh, the fire they just building the fire.
Like I said, it's just one. Sometimes, man, it's just the SWAC atmosphere just allows it was wait, Zoe already said it, man. What was gonna happen. So that's what happened. So hey, at the end of the day, hey, shout out to Coach Wade, man.
Who is that? See, well,
what's going on, Los J, man? What's happening with you, man?
What's going on, man? What is this bag? Oh man, that's very interesting.
We got somebody in the morning, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been rough, man. Like I looked up at my old man because, like I always say, my old man went to Valley back in the day. He was up there celebrating, and I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We still got a game to play, but I like I say, if it had to be anybody, bro, I'm definitely happy for them because they've been through a lot, and they still got a lot to go through. But I had been thinking like this team. I'm speaking on Valley. This team had won 1 game last year, 2 games, whatever. And now they look like they wasn't gonna win no games this year. And I'm like, bro, that's a regression. But they were able to pull off whatever, it made you speechless, bro. Like 100 times I wouldn't have thought this would have happened. But everybody gonna get their jokes off, but I don't want nobody to lose sight of the fact that Valley played basically as good a game as they can play. So I don't want Valley effort to get lost in all the memes and jokes and stuff because they didn't luck into this game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't win it on a last second field goal or some turnover or something. They won this game. So I definitely want Valley to get the recognition they deserve. And then we're gonna swing it around to everybody else. But Los J, what was your thoughts on this game, man? So we're gonna go ahead and try to get the bag out of his misery tonight. But what was your thoughts on this game?
Man, everybody played at 2:00, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was actually shocked. It hit me when I opened up my phone and looked at that score, and I was like, man, I can't believe this. What's going on? I thought I jinxed it because I said brag about the end of streak and end 2 streaks. if you understand what I'm saying. They ended the losing streak and they ended the winning streak all at the same time. Congratulations, Bag.
Yeah, like I say, man, I really was first of all, I was surprised. I thought that, I was surprised to see Richardson out there, but like I said, I didn't see too much of the game. But I saw when they had their first drive, they scored. I was like, oh well, here we go. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, but sometimes when you play with teams, man, you let them hang around. They get their little confidence, and they get going. But like the bag say, man, there's gonna be a lot of talk for this game, man, and I'm sure y'all gonna have a lot to say in the chat. But we're gonna kind of swing it around a little bit, and talk about some of these other games that took place tonight. I want to get everybody thoughts on their team. So I'm gonna go to Big Soldier first. What was your thoughts on the JSU game, man?
You already know it was a tough one. I knew Bama State was gonna play some tough defense and make it hard for us, and which they did. Offense really couldn't get going, but defense played solid. Just enough to us to squeak out of there with a victory, man. Sometimes it be like that. And I take that ugly win. At least we locked in for the championship. So at the end of the day, it feels good to come out of Montgomery with that victory. But I hate that fight at the end because we were supposed to get our trophy on that field, and some people just decided they want to take things a little left, man. But it's all good. We still was able to hoist that trophy in their locker room. So at the end of the day, that's what matters, man.
Yeah, so like I do have one gripe before we move forward. I don't like the fact that all these games at 2:00. So you have, you know what I'm saying? Like as a fan, you really, unless you at home, you're really locked into one game. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't really keep up with what's going on, especially in this point of the season. So I had no real clue what was going on in nobody's game. So it kind of robs you of being able to kind of keep tabs on what's going on with everybody. But I thought, I thought Bama State, I thought they held their own for, I gotta check it out. But I thought they held their own, but JSU did what they needed to do, get out there, and like you say that, whatever happened at the end, I hate when that kind of stuff happened in games. So hopefully, they get to the bottom or whatever. But I think JSU took the punch, and they was able to hold them off. So congratulations, JSU, man, East Division champs. World championship game at home. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? So Alcorn next. Braves got them a nice victory in Prairie View. So Alcorn still heated up, but it was too little too late, man. I'm sorry, Alcorn, y'all. Too little too late. But it win for the Braves though, because they could, that game really put a lot of pressure on me as a Southern fan, because I was like, we were struggling early, and I was watching Alcorn score, and I'm like, damn, man, we have to win. We can't afford to tie with these dudes, even though we come out ahead. But I didn't want to go into Bayou Classic needing a win. So, I thought we came out on top. But I'm gonna swing it around to Los J, man. I want to get your thoughts on this TSU game.
The first half, I looked to my left, and it was a guy asleep. That's how boring it was. It was dead.
No.
Wasn't really nobody there. We got moving the ball a little bit in the second half. It picked up a little bit. It got a little better, but man, that offense will put you to sleep. Oh, and I think TSU lost another linebacker because when I looked, it was a tight end playing linebacker. So they down to the last linebacker is a tight end playing linebacker. It's been bad.
How many more games they got?
I think they got one left.
Oh, well, they'll be all right.
And Pine Bluff got injuries too, because one of they top running backs playing linebacker, so they down some guys too. But Like I say, bro, I picked Bethune in this game, so I didn't even think y'all had a chance. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, but seemed like y'all was able to control them a little bit, So, that's a big win. I think y'all needed this win because offensively, TSU hadn't really been that good recently. So, I know it wasn't pretty, and you're putting people to sleep, but hey, if you win, you win. That's what matters at the end of the day.
They had a touchdown call back. In the second quarter, we would have been down actually 14-0. And I'm glad that actually happened. Something actually went our way for a change.
14,
That was
0, man.
Bethune, right? Bethune. That's who
Bethune
Texas
had a
Southern
touchdown
plays.
call back. Yes.
Yeah, my wife already talking trash already.
She might got a good case this year, man.
I know.
But hey, before we go, hey, Jerome.
Yes, sir. This the
Before we go
bag.
too far,
I got Jerome's phone.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, Bag. Tell Jerome I got something for him. I want him to check this out.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
God. It is rough.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
This is my baby. I had to pull it out tonight. This is a West Division gauntlet, man. This is strictly West Division. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
We got this locked up. We got
respect
one
that.
more spot for Grambling, and then we good.
I respect that. I just wish I would have seen that earlier in the season.
Hey, I pull it out when I need to, man. Y'all know what we were standing at. I just had to pull it out now because we got a trophy, man. We earned a trophy this year, man. We ain't back into it, so I had to pull it out, man. But I was standing on hosting the game all season, so you got to give me that. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. You held that out on me for a long time. I don't appreciate that right there now.
I kept that thing in the tuck, man. I needed the right moment to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't pull I couldn't pull it out just no any other week. You know what I'm saying? I had to make it happen, man.
I thought you were gonna take it out at the parade.
I'm gonna pull it back out then, because then I'm gonna really light it up. You know what I'm saying? Because when we had that championship parade, since we actually having a game, we're gonna have a parade on Sunday. We're gonna celebrate. So I'm gonna pull it back out. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing with me.
I gotta say congratulations to JSU and congratulations to Southern on winning your respective conferences, East and the West. So, shout out. It ain't an easy task. It ain't easy to be done. I think FAMU got a little spoiled over the past few years. And kind of feel like you take it for granted, when you're winning, but you don't. That's why you do what you do, and you talk your trash when you talk your trash, because you got to do it when you can.
Oh yeah, and speaking from our end, man, this ain't been an easy season, man. Y'all know we've been up and down, and we didn't play 3 quarterbacks all year. You know what I'm saying? Offense ain't really been doing much, but this was the best game we probably played in conference all year, honestly. Like, we still having them bad first quarters though. We can't get over that. But I thought we played a really good game defensively, pretty much for the most part. And offensively, we made a lot of good plays. Running game still was there. And the numbers don't show it, bro, but I thought we did a good job on Gibson. He had 10 catches, 85 yards. I know that sounds like a lot, but his longest catch was only 20 yards. So he really never got loose. And the offense never really got going. They had an 85-yard pass on some kind of busted old play, but we ended up holding on to a field goal. And we kept pressure on the quarterback, and he could never get comfortable. I thought it was just finally good that we was able to just play a solid game, man, and get this out the way, and move forward, because going into the Classic needing a win to win a division, bro, you don't really want that. too many variables. So I was extremely happy we won, man. We had us a celebration at the house. I'm still celebrating. I'm gonna enjoy this for a while. We got bye week, so I ain't gotta adhere to the 24-hour rule. We got a bye week, so I can I can enjoy this a little bit longer.
I got a 24-hour rule. I was ready to head back to Tampa, but my wife wouldn't let me. I was ready to go.
I
For
don't
real.
blame you. Me personally, I'd have been gone, man. I'd have been gone. I don't do well with those kind of games at all.
It was unexpected, but hey, still a rattler. So it's all good. Yeah, we've been here before.
It, you know, like I said, kind of put put a lot of stuff in perspective, man. And you start to find out who made or what in these situations, man, because it's easy to be the big dog when you running things, it's like, but when you going through the adversity, you find out who really would it and who ain't. So you hate to see that kind of stuff happen, but I I I just think it couldn't happen for a better team than Valley, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just couldn't happen for a better team than that.
Yeah, we missed field goals. Valley scored off of opening. We scored the opening touchdown, and then we got the ball, did a 3 and out, had the punt, and the punter fumbled. They gave them the short field. They scored a touchdown off of that, and then it was just kind of not downhill, but playing from behind, playing uphill for FAMU after that. And Valley, they kind of stuck to the script. It was a lot of times they could have crumbled and gave up, but they stuck to it. Even though in the Gassett had made a big play to get FAMU down into field goal range, and we threw a pass. The next play was a pass in the end zone to, I think, Daquan Lee, and he dropped it just off his hands. He had it, but he dropped it. Then the next play after that, snap to Richardson, went over his head. Valley recovered it. So that was instantly, we was out of field goal range and out of this, touchdown. Went from first and potentially a game time field goal to they had 1st and 10 going the other way with about 3 minutes left in the game. And that was, the whole day didn't feel right. By it being that 1 o'clock game, students didn't show up. It was it was a different feeling in the stadium altogether.
You sound like me right now, man, when you be finding all them bad omens and stuff, man. It just some games you just it just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it just don't feel right. But I want to talk to y'all, man, about Grambling. Y'all know I pick on Grambling a lot, but that game Saturday, man, I mean Thursday, I really thought Grambling was gonna win that game because they looked like they were just gonna knock A&M out the box. But second half, Grambling did nothing. A&M was able to put together some drives and score. And I just think when you got a quarterback that's coming off an injury, man, and he taking hits, I don't think you need to have him out there. And Miles Crowley, he had a horrible throw, like off of one foot. You know what I'm saying? Getting sacked and interception came late, basically steal a game for them. But where do Grambling go from here? Y'all, what's y'all thoughts on that? Where do they go from here?
It's going to have to start, to me, at looking at that offensive coordinator. I always go back and look at that Prairie View team with Tucker and Morton, and Dooley couldn't win with that team. Man, ever since I paid attention to it, I never really cared for Dooley because I thought that Prairie View team was the most talented team in the SWAC. And Dooley, to me, just don't do what a lot of people thought and think he can do. That's just my opinion.
I can't argue
But
with
that
that.
is
What
a
about
hard
you,
job.
I can't agree more with you, Los J. I think they need to look at some soul search. That would Dooley, man, and also they might need to call Hugh back, man. They might need to apologize, bring on Hugh back, man, because I think Hugh had them going in the right direction, and they blew everything up. Man, I ain't see why they needed to change, but Grambling getting everything they deserve. Oh baby.
Man, like when you make moves, man, and that's coming from somebody who team that had 4 coaches in 4 years. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? When you make moves, you got to be really careful how you make them because the effects can go beyond, what you think they are. And I think Grambling, under all of that, I think they got a team that's capable, but they just not being put in good positions to win ball games. And it's I think it caught up with them late in the season. And I didn't think A&M had played that good of a game. Honestly, I was surprised Langford didn't play much. But that's Maynard. He go through quarterbacks like I don't know what. But I was honestly surprised, and they had some questionable calls that they made. Had 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, or something like that, and they decided to throw the ball instead of running when England was picking up 8, 9 yards every time he ran it. But they were able to pull it out, and they got a chance now to finish kind of high in the division. So it's still a lot of interesting things going on, even though the divisions is wrapped up now. There's still some interesting storylines in these last couple of weeks of the season. So SWAC football ain't never boring. It might not always be good, but it's never boring. So
It's been good for you this year.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens with the rest of this season, man. I think they got a couple teams still got a chance to finish on a solid note this season.
I got a question.
Oh, go for it.
If you're first year coach, because we had a lot of first year coaches this year, and you have your offense struggling or your defense struggling, do you feel that these head coaches need to go away from these coaches and go pick somebody else up, or do you like, man, I really need to try one more year? Because with people so ready to win, fan bases want to win. I don't know if some of these coaches gonna have time to really do what they want to do. Because you make a hire, but you don't want to fire the dude after 1 year, which I understand. Well, I wouldn't want to do that either. Because now we're looking at Grambling and their offense. We're looking at TSU and their offense. With Alcorn and their offense. Man, there's been a lot of bad offenses.
I mean,
FAMU defense.
and I mean, you could throw us in the mix offensively too, because we hadn't really played up to the level that we can. I don't really know, man. I think it's a case by case thing. I don't think every coach should be gone after 1 year. I think sometimes you have to look at it through the course of the season. Sometimes teams start slow and maybe they get better as the season going, or at least they start to kind of put some things together. But if it look like what they're doing is not working with what the talent they got, then yeah, I think you might need to move to a different direction. But like you say, you don't want to get rid of a coach after 1 year. I think you want to kind of give guys a chance to kind of get their footing. But nowadays with the portal and the way fans is and the expectations, you don't really have a lot of time. And I think a lot of our teams, and I'm gonna go with this point that Peasy made. A lot of teams don't got good quarterback play, and I think that makes a lot of these offenses look really bad because. And I was talking to my boy Desmond today, like, man, I think the quarterback play make a lot of these offenses look worse than what they are, because when your quarterback missing guys, what I'm saying, missing throws, or are they just making crucial mistakes that don't allow the offense to get going? So sometimes, coaches are like married to their QBs. And if your QB ain't getting it done, that make everything look worse.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
agree
agree.
with you on that. The quarterback play is a little bit down on a lot of the teams in the SWAC. So it is kind of hard to put it all on the coaches. But in today's culture, the players switching in and out, it's hard to gain continuity. I think that's one of FAMU big problems is that they don't really have a lot of the continuity that they had established a while back, you know. And the players don't uh they don't have the stick to itness. I guess that's what I want to say. They don't stick want to see it through. You know, you got to trust the process. I will probably be the best way to put it. So it take time for teams to grow up and go through the bumps and bruises to become a good team. You know, and learn how to win. And is I know with FAMU you can see it. You can see it this year that it ain't. I thought it was there early in the season, the way when they had the little come from behind wins and stuff like that, but it never really gained any momentum, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you know, like I say, just like this, you know, I think, and you can expand this to other positions as well, and I understand to a degree that, you know, with the portal that kind of changed the way coaches recruit, that kind of changed the way coaches run their program, but there isn't a lot of development of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really see a lot of guys that come in as freshmen, and by the time they leave as seniors, they like on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
some teams do better than others at that, but the bulk of us, you know, I just see a lot of things that it makes it, you know, it makes it tough to really gauge where a team is, you know, because I'm a use Pine Bluff for an example. I think they got some talented guys individually on that team, but they also have guys who aren't really ready to be in them positions that they're in. Like Gibson and Higgins is a great combination, but Higgins is a quarterback that can't really play under pressure, and the offensive line cannot protect him, and he fall into making a lot of horrible bad throws because they just don't have a lot around him, and you know he really looking to one guy like Gibson had 10 catches tonight. The rest of the team had 7. That's not gonna
Right.
win you a lot of football games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's good for numbers, but that's not good for winning. You know what I'm saying? So they have to learn to grow. You know, and it takes time. You know, because where Pine Bluff was a couple years ago, they was really down, and so they coming up incrementally. But I don't know if people are willing to take that time for a full rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know FAMU fans impatient, and uh Colsey gonna have to do something starting this week. They impatient.
Yeah,
Nah,
And
this
not
week
only
we
not
gonna
only
start
FAMU
tonight.
fan base, most of the fan bases are nowadays impatient.
TSU fan base impatient, and we perennial losers.
it's just the way it is nowadays, man. You know, you like nobody, you know, nobody wants to wait. And I understand, you know what I'm saying, because everybody wants to see their team win, and everybody see other teams doing things, and it's kind of like your neighbor, you know what I'm saying. You see, you know what I'm saying, he got an 80 inch screen TV in his house, and he got a nice car, but you don't know what he doing to pay for it. You know what I'm saying. You don't know how he making it day to day. Everybody look at the results from these other teams, and you don't really know what that program really going through, and you trying to keep up with everybody because you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to be able to get them wins, but it take a lot of work to get there, man. And you know, a lot of teams not able to build programs no more. So it's like you're looking at a 1, 2, you know, maybe a 2-year thing, you know, before you had to start over again. And when you got a fan base that just ain't tolerant of nothing, it makes it even harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because Hughes should have definitely still been at Grambling,
Yeah,
and I
like I
wish Dooley was still at Southern.
said, Y'all, you wish you had Southern for a different reason.
I wish you was still there. Man, I miss
Southern
Dooley.
sitting pretty now. We got the Boombox Classic. We got the
Two.
Boombox Classic 2 coming up.
Yeah, man.
Valley Band didn't show up. Everybody said they was coming. They didn't come.
They just said that to scare y'all, man. They wanted to make y'all be on y'all P's and Q's. And shout out to the M4 though. They came through though, man. They had a pretty decent show. They were very respectful in the stands, you know what I'm saying? They were very respectful on the field. So, you know, they came and they did their show and they got up. But I do want to say I think the thing that got Hugh out of there with a lot of people, they lost them 2 Bayou Classics, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the only reason that you know, I know a lot of people wasn't really happy with the way his teams were, but I thought he had solid teams.
Better
They
teams.
just, you know,
He was winning
yeah.
some of them too.
And you know, I think the problem is when you have those big games like that, you get a lot of people who come to them games who don't come to other games. And then the people that make the people that make the most noise, you know, like there's people who came to the Classic from Grambling that don't go to other games, so they don't even see how that team, you know what I'm saying, had grew from the year before.
Right.
And they just looking at, they lost to Southern and you know, they didn't, you know, they blew a lead or they couldn't get back in the game or whatever. He got to go. But, you know, he took over a tough spot. Well, you know what I'm saying? The Grambling in the 2021 spring season was horrible. We could all agree, right? That was a bad team. They was in a bad way. He took over. He had to start from scratch, basically.
And build it up. Yeah, he built it up. It was going to take him one more year to turn the corner, Hugh, I think.
Yeah, and then you know what I'm saying, you get rid of him. You bring in Coach Mickey Joseph, who I think could be a solid coach, but you also bring in a coordinator who now it's a whole nother system, and you know this guy is not flexible with his system, so it's gonna run the way he wanted to, whether it's working or not, and that to me is not a good thing for a new building team. You know what I'm saying? So I think they still got, you know what I'm saying. I think the future is there for them, but they gotta, you know, and it's easy for me to say coming from one of the most impatient fan bases in the world, but you gotta have some patience to some degree.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be that much patience here in Tallahassee. I don't feel.
Well,
Not from the chat I was hearing walking back to my car.
I don't think y'all gonna be this drastic, but the last team I remember that lost the Valley at home, they fired their coach. I mean,
I don't expect nothing like that to happen. But
I'm just being crazy. But it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna make you have to do, like you say, it's gonna be a lot of soul searching, man. It's gonna be a lot of digging deep and, you know, finding out who really is about the program and who really is just there because this is a place they can go to get some playing time.
And that's players and coaches. That's players and coaches.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think when you look at every team, man, you can pinpoint one game that's what it is. You know, it might not be the level of that, but every team got a game like that where you like, man, you know, we really got to find out who's who and who really here for, you know, for the program and who really here to try to build this thing and get it going, and who here to just, you know, play because it's the place that they can play at, you know?
Right. Yeah. What's chat?
I don't, you know, like I think the main thing to me with Southern is we have to, and you know, this game is like 3 weeks away, but Southern has the same thing every week. We just can't we can't start fast. I don't know what the issue is. We just can't get off to good starts. And against a team like JSU, that's gonna bury you every time. You know, you can get away with that against a Pine Bluff. You can get away with that against a Bethune-Cookman. You know, you can get away with that against Prairie View,
Prairie View,
TSU. You know,
Texas Southern.
anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, even to a degree, Alcorn. And that's not to disrespect none of y'all. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm just saying like our offense can eventually move the ball on a lot of them teams. And it's not like if you don't score, you're gonna get put in a hole. But I still feel like Southern is a year ahead of where they should be. Because we have 20 seniors, which is a lot, but it's not a lot because a lot of them aren't playing. So you got a whole new defense from last season. You basically got a whole new offense. So it's still it's still a work in progress. And I do like some of the direction that we taking, you know, recruiting Baton Rouge again, you know, recruiting New Orleans. You do them two things, that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna put you in a good spot. But we still got a lot of work. This is an immature team, man, and I don't know how much they learned from the last game. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna find out. That's all I can say. We're gonna find out. But I'd rather be in this position than to be still trying to hope and pray going into the last week of the season that things fall our way. So I do think for the first time this season, this team recognized what was in front of them and took it seriously and understood the challenge, you know, because last week we really shouldn't have lost. We should have lost to Bethune, but we really should have won that game by more because I think those guys just fed into a lot of what they were hearing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a maturation process that you know this team is going through in front of our eyes now. Whether that's going to translate to a win in the championship, I can't say, but it can't be no worse than what it was last time. I mean, score could be worse, but the game itself really can't be that much worse because we didn't play good at all in that game, honestly.
You can't win it if you ain't in it. So
yeah, I mean that's
you got the hard part out the way.
You put yourself in it, and anything could happen. You know, that's the only way. You know, that's the only way it's gonna happen. You have to put yourself in it. But I'm not even thinking about that right now, man. Like I said, I'm just kind of taking this all in, and like I said, it's the first time we won a division before the Classic, in God knows how long. So you know, this is different territory. So I'm just glad that we're not backing in it, and we won it. So you know, I do it from there. But
so we're gonna have to see the RVs in December. Again.
Oh yeah, we coming, bro. We coming.
Is you coming though? Because last time you didn't come.
I'm trying to come, man. I've been not wanting to go up there, but you know, I can't miss a championship, man. I missed the last one, but I'm trying to be there.
Yeah, I know somebody gonna be barbecuing, so invite me and C Wells to get barbecue and your tailgate.
Yes, please let us know, man. But like I say, I'm looking forward to what the future holds, man. Like I say, I feel like we're playing with house money now. So we will pick fourth in the division. I said we're gonna be 6-6. So you know what I'm saying, we ahead of where we need to be, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But hey, y'all getting y'all little group chats and y'all rattler talks, man. Don't be too rash now, man. You know, don't make too many rough decisions, you know, before y'all sit through and work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we good. We good. EA, we good. We got another game to go next week. 24-hour rule. I see EA. We're gonna get up. We got to take care of business. In the Classic for sure. You know, that's a rivalry game. So, you know, Bethune should be gunning to beat us. The blueprint is out. So you don't have to be real flashy the way we playing right now. But I'm still a rattler. Ain't nothing changed. And I'm still bragging.
Well, hey, make sure the rest of y'all stay there, and y'all better be thick skinned this week, bro, because you know y'all.
Hey man,
Israel,
even when they talk about FAMU in either way every week. So this week really ain't gonna be no different. It ain't like it's been no let up since we got into the SWAC. So it's gonna,
Jerome, you actually set this one up, boy, because you and Zoe went at it. I think we were for a whole hour.
I know.
We had a show with just you and Zoe for a whole hour. Me and Jamie just sat there. We couldn't say nothing.
I know.
Hey, they ain't been right since, man.
Ooh, it's your fault.
And speaking of Zoe, man, Zoe.
No.
No.
I know whose fault it ain't now. It's not my fault.
It's your
I
fault.
I did my part. I did my part.
You poured out the gun to like PV made the shirts. It's your fault.
Yeah, well,
you got to take the blame.
no, it ain't my fault. It can't be my fault because I wasn't out there on the field. I did my part. I invest in champions, and we got champions coming up in other sports. Look like, but we talking about football tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip off that everybody that we lost to. Basketball season coming, and we got some shooters. Get ready.
Hey, we got some shooters too now. We lost the close game the other night. I was happy with some of the things I saw, but for once, I ain't worried about basketball season until January. So I'm gonna leave that to you. I'm not gonna think about it till the SWAC play starts.
Thanks, you will. Since
I'm worried about recruiting right about now. I'm interested in the recruiting. To be honest,
I just want to know this: when the SWAC
championship, you ain't got to worry about basketball season.
I got to know this one question.
What's that?
Who wanted to be on the cleanup crew, Valley or FAMU?
The cleanup crew for what?
For the SWAC championship. Who want to take tickets? Who want to sell popcorn? Who want to be a part of the chain gang? What else we need? What else we need? See, we're a scorekeeper, security.
We definitely need some people to work the gates now.
Some.
Now we're gonna let y'all handle that. We're gonna let y'all handle that. Y'all still ain't got up in our stratosphere yet. I've been trying to be humble, but y'all gonna make me. Y'all gonna make me. Yeah.
You trying? You gonna try tonight, huh?
No, I'm being humble. I'm trying to be humble, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
That devil been busy.
I ain't gonna say nothing. We still got something y'all don't have.
Hey.
What's that? A celebration mode?
It's obvious.
What you talking about things in the past? We talking about today.
Yeah, well, hey, as of now, we still the Celebration Bowl champions.
Last year's Celebration Bowl.
From 2020.
Y'all not gonna repeat.
Yeah, well,
hey, shout out to South Carolina State, man, for winning the MEAC. So we know at least one half of the equation.
Yep, and the other half still wait to be decided.
Yeah, hopefully we make it interesting, man. We won't make it a foregone conclusion. Hopefully we make it interesting.
Y'all don't want Wallace to brag, but then when you keep poking at them until they can't do nothing but brag on you.
Well, we don't want y'all sitting off on the side now. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure.
We're gonna let y'all have the spotlight for a little while. We'll sit back for a while. We'll sit back and watch it from the sideline for a minute.
Well, see, this is how we do in the SWAC, man. All we do is poke at each other. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't never gonna get no time off. Somebody always gonna be waiting for you, and they're gonna be poking at you. So
I told my friends I told my partners that earlier today. I'm like, what can they're gonna be talking about us. They talk about us all the time. When they win and we lose, they talk about us. When we win and they win, they talk about us. So it don't matter. It ain't nothing new. It's par for the course.
Yeah, we talk about each other, man. That's what we do. It's just it's part. I look at it this way. I'd rather have people talking about me than not talking about me. Like nobody talk about Alabama A&M unless Mano say something.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody talk about Prairie View unless they print out shirts before the season.
Come
People
on.
always talk about Jackson State. People always talk about Southern. So I'd rather be in the mix. I'd rather be talked about than not talked about. Nah, you know, when you have success, it make it better. But you always gonna be the topic, bro.
Israel, you gotta be a part of history to make history. So it wouldn't have been history if we wouldn't have had them 24, 25 games in a row. That's what made this loss historic.
Hey, y'all could have won one game in a row. Losing the Valley was going to always.
I just want to know this. I'm the FAMU. Somebody, one of y'all, want to put a float in the SWAC championship parade before the game?
Nah.
They more than welcome to be in that parade in Baton Rouge on December 8th.
Nah, we're not interested. We're not. Y'all gonna pay for us to come?
Yeah,
Y'all got to take your own way to
Send FAMU bands.
come through.
We're not
That's
interested.
The entertainment for the
We're not
parade.
interested. Y'all got two hell of a bands gonna be there to entertain y'all with all that. Y'all can hear plenty loud. Two good loud
like
ones.
that SWAC football championship logo. Because I look at it, looks kind of, I don't know.
What's wrong with it?
That's SWAC football.
Y'all won the SWAC championship? Y'all won a SWAC championship?
Not yet, but I do.
Okay, that's all. I ain't seen no logo yet. Ain't no use in me even looking at it.
I do want to ask this because, like I say, we ain't won a division in a long time. Like we done backed into it, and I can't remember. But have they always given out trophies for winning the division? I'm being serious because I like I say, the last time we won a division, it took 4 teams to lose for us to get it.
They always give out a small trophy for winning the division.
I just don't remember us ever getting one. So, you know, I mean, we had a run of a division championships, but I just don't remember. So, you know, it was a nice little thing to actually get a trophy tonight, man. You know.
Yeah,
I just
State was
can
gonna
remember.
get their trophy on the field after the game, but some bumblebee decided to crash that party because they was in their feeling. But you know, any Bama State people online, you know what they at? I don't
ain't seen nobody tonight.
Oh, and ain't no JB. What? No JB. No.
No, I ain't seen them tonight.
I tell you what, this for Bama State this year, they think probably, man, what if we had a quarterback?
Yeah, I think tonight was the first. I think tonight was the first night that really came back and bit them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like once they finally made that change, I thought they, you know, I thought they had turned the corner a little bit offensively, but recent weeks they kind of was going backwards. And I like I say, their whole season, you know, you can honestly say their whole season was like bombarded by that, but they was able to fight through it, man. And sometimes you can do that, but eventually it's gonna catch up to you. And I think the last, you know, like they were able to kind of get by a little bit, but this game and honestly last week kind of was a precursor to that, man. Like eventually it's gonna catch up to you. And like you say, that's a big what if, you know, like they're gonna, you know, saying they're gonna be looking at that really and thinking about that for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't. Me personally, that offensive coordinator for one. Okay, last drive before that, Bama State got the drive by 2 minutes. Okay, Jack State punts it, and it lands within the 5-yard line. That's dangerous territory anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you could take a safety in that area. All kind of bad stuff could happen. So he called that play action hands, and I didn't understand that because I'm like, you put a lot of pressure on your quarterback to make a play that quick, and your O-line had been blocking that well. And then JSU gets that safety. Like I didn't understand some of that offensive play calling because that guy Kinsey was giving JSU the business the whole game. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't stick to it. I don't understand. Sometimes I don't understand with some of these SWAC offensive coaches. When something working, they don't stick to it.
Oh yeah, that's the whole show in and of itself. Honestly.
We ran an option on the 5-yard line going in. We ran either a broken play or an option with our concussed quarterback, and he pitched the ball to our running back, who went ahead on to fumble the ball inside the 5-yard line going in. It was that kind of day for FAMU.
Yeah, when it rain and pour, man. When it rain and pour. But you know, like I say, man, that's SWAC football, man. Like you just never know. You just never know. And I think a lot of times, a lot of these coaches they outsmart themselves because they, you know what I'm saying. Like instead of just sticking with what worked, they want to go ahead and mix it up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm gonna fool you.
Yeah, and you don't have to. You don't have to because it's working. They're not taking it from you. You taking it from yourself. You know, so it's gonna be a lot of soul searching for a lot of these teams out here, man.
Trolls on Twitter. This man came on the Southern and Jackson post on there talking about, hey, y'all need to move your championship up so y'all can play in a real playoff. And I'm like, ain't nobody worried about no Youngstown State Penguins. Get on, man.
Man, we done been down. We done been down that road so many times, man. And the night is not the night. You know what I'm saying? Like the night is not the night to go down that road.
Youngstown State Penguins was relevant. Is when Jim Tressel was there.
I was about to say, bro, when Jim Tressel was there.
I ain't heard nothing else about no damn Youngstown Penguins. They got the same logo as BYU, and you worry about some SWAC shit. Stay your ass over there in your conference.
And try to hold on to some of them teams. Try to hold on to some of them teams that's running out of that conference, man.
That man got on there and said, play your title game next week and join the real playoffs. A Youngtown P. I know he ain't say this. Oh, it's a fan information fact. Oh, it's man, ain't no matter. Man, come they don't never play us though. I guarantee you, none of them guys in that conference want to come down to the SWAC and play us.
No, because they want you to come to them, man.
Yeah, they want you to come to them, and then you talk, man, get out of people. What kind of I'm a Youngstown Penguin. They're gonna want a 2-for-1 or home and home, but they're gonna want the first game, you know what I'm saying? So they they never gonna give you what you want. So and they probably don't even gonna bring but 3 fans.
If that
Youngstown State Penguins.
Man, I'm going on clock out. You see, I keep hitting the button, logging out.
We're gonna let you slide, man. I think I'm about to go ahead and get up out too, man. It's been a long day.
Congratulations, though, JSU.
I'm gonna go and I got to troll this Penguin, man.
Hey, let him have it.
Come into a SWAC atmosphere in the SWAC space, and they want to talk noise. I got to go defrost this Penguin.
Hey, go solve that problem. But we're gonna be back Thursday, man, with a lot more of this, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how it go. I thank y'all for tuning in on a Saturday night. It was automatic, man, that we were going live tonight. I didn't know if anybody was gonna be on with me, but I told everybody around me when I saw the score of that Valley game, I say, bro, I'm going live regardless of what Southern do tonight. So This was gonna happen anyway. But
FAMU the heartbeat of the SWAC.
The who?
hey, I thank Jerome for coming through and in the bag for coming through, man. Because you know a lot of people would have ducked this. So you know I know you're a stand up dude, man. So I appreciate you coming through and taking your lumps.
It's all good, bro. Life goes on.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's football. It is what it is. But we about to get on up out of here, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all Thursday on SWAC Smoke. I got my recap coming sometime tomorrow. I don't know yet. I got to figure out when I'm gonna record it, but it'll be dropping sometime tomorrow. So we'll catch y'all next week.
All right. Peace.
All right.
I won't be watching the recap. I ain't looking.